Hi, everybody. I've had an absolute blast recording your championship intros on audio and also on video. And for those of you that didn't know, the videos can be done special exactly the way you like them because these are green screens and we can do them with a scene behind me. Do you want a fighting scene? Do you want a beach scene? Do you want a race car scene? Any scene you want, we can give it to you. It's your theme and my pleasure. Just write our offices and we will answer you with the exact fee involved and how it'll get done. So here we are, and now it's time, and it's your choice. Cheers!
From the shores of Malibu where the waves are pumping, to the Great Wall of China, and back to the streets of Las Vegas where the UFC is coming. We are live. This is It's Time Radio, the show where we talk about what you think about but may be afraid to voice. Don't worry, we'll talk about it for you. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, UFC, entertainment, politics, you name it, we talk about it. I'm here today with my co-host and producer, TJ DeSantis. TJ, been an interesting week. How you been?
I've been good, Buff. Very good.
Very good. Well,
Very good.
now that you're good, we've got something even better. We have the new strawweight UFC champion of the world, the wonderful, the amazing, the tough, the beautiful Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm definitely happy. My heart's feeling amazing. I'm a little sore, but yeah, I'm so happy. I mean, I'm a new champion.
It new. It's there. You know, it was such a pleasure, as always, to share the octagon with you. I always love watching you fight. You're always so exciting. The fans love you. You're a fan favorite, a true octagon warrior beyond belief. Uh, but it was, I don't know if the word is adorable, but it was so cool to see you because I didn't realize we were flying back on the same plane together, coming back. And you're so proud, and you should be because you're wearing your belt everywhere, right? It was awesome. It was awesome.
I mean, my hand was like killing me to hold it. It was so sore. So I probably would have had it on my shoulder. But,
Uh-huh.
walking around and going on the airplane and airport and everything. But my hand was so sore, I couldn't hold it. So I'm like, let me just put this on and I'll just save my hands and I get to wear my belt. So yeah, I'm super, super happy about it. And yeah, it's always good with you, Bruce. It's like you announced me when I won my ADCC world title in Brazil in 2015. And
Yeah.
that was like one of my triple C's that they say like one of my world titles. Just Fabricio Verdun has that. And now my world title, with the UFC, and it's always you're always giving me the good energy, good vibes to go in there and just kind of get me
Oh,
pumped up and have that fighting
thank
spirit.
you.
Sometimes we gotta win the fight and sometimes we gotta win like the game. So thank you. I appreciate
It's
it.
it's my pleasure, and thank you so much for your kind words. I really appreciate it. And we go
Sure.
back a long way. And I remember ADCC, and people have to understand. I mean, yes, you're the UFC strawweight champion, um, which is amazing. Uh, No-gi black belt world champion, ADCC champion. I mean, your pedigree is long. It's huge, and it's so impressive. And you've been around such a long time, and you've battled some of the most amazing warriors we have in the UFC. Coming up with your battle, like of course against Vina Janjidoba, and how that turned out. That was an absolute 5-round octagon war. Even Dana said it to me when he got in the octagon. You guys went at it. I saw your hand on the plane. Your pretty hand's a little bit big, kind of like looking like TJ's or my hand, but a little bloated there. Your face, showing the wounds of a warrior. But your smile saying it all. I mean, you smile through pain, you smile through victory, you smile through life, and your smile lights up a room every time you walk in. That's for sure. Um, how tough was she was tough, of course. Vina, you had the Amanda Hebus fight last time, Luca Godinez, Amanda Lemos, Jessica Andrade, Tisha Torres.
Just say killer
You
after
fought 'em all.
killer after killer.
Yeah, killer after killer after Marina Rodriguez. It's amazing, and 2 fights last year, 2 fights in 23, 1 in 22, and 1 in 25. I know I'm asking you multiple questions here, but Out of those warriors that I just mentioned, who in your mind was your toughest opponent in your last 5 fights?
I think, um, oh man, that's such a hard question, because they all brought their like they all brought their difficulties, their qualities, like, they all brought their dangerous points with them, like throughout all of our matches. So it's like they all have different, very like strengths, even though most of them were strikers. And I lost to half of them. You know what I mean? But it was you know, like Amanda Lemos, it was like I kind of got short notice for that fight. Tatiana actually pulled out of it. You know what I mean? So I ended up taking. It was here in Anaheim. I had just came off on a TKO loss to Jessica Andrade, like at Madison Square Garden. That was my dream to fight there. And then I had the worst performance in my career there. You know what I mean? I think I was one of the only girls to get like knocked down maybe 4 or 5 times in one round. But it's just it's like that heart. Jessica was just so experienced that you know what I mean. She wasn't like any of the other girls. She would knock me down and she would just have me stand up, and I had to like stand back up. All you know what I mean. I never really got to fully recover each time because they would just come out and then you know what I mean? So it's just I was so like caught up in like, man, I'm fighting Carrie in Madison Square Garden, and I wasn't able to perform. And I was like, man, and then Christmas and New Year's, and then, you're having fun and just kind of trying to recover from that. And then they call you to fight Amanda Lemos, who had just fought for the belt, lost, but went all 5 rounds with the champion, was training for a wrestler, was training for Tatiana Suarez. And you're like, oh man, she hits like a guy, she just has so much strength. So it was like I felt like I did really good in that fight in Anaheim with Honda Center with Amanda Lemos for the conditions of the camp and everything like that. And I went through a lot of adversity just because it hurt so bad when she punched my eye. I thought I broke my orbit. So I was like, that was probably one of the toughest ones just to have to come back and give it all and like kind of feel like you're going to die out there if you need to. You know what I mean? But Yun Xiaonan was very tough fight too because she would not give up. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
I felt like I did okay with her. Being a grappler and then striking with someone who's so like precise as her. But I got her to the grounds. One of the judges gave it a tie. It was a main event, so it was 5 rounds with her and just kind of like trying to get to I was putting her in all these submissions and Yan is like you saw her fight with Whaley. She was almost like passed out of the first round and she still came back and like did a really tough fight with Whaley. So it's like I'd give her all these submissions and I knew it like or I have to break her arm, I'm gonna have to put her to sleep, and then it's just a mental game besides that. And Mark Zuckerberg rented out the arena. So there was like no one there,
Yeah.
it was experiences. So all the girls are tough, but I think Amanda Lemos was probably one of my toughest ones.
I could see that. I mean, remembering that fight and watching how that fight went, I could absolutely, absolutely see that. You spent time down in Brazil. Didn't you stay in Brazil for a long period of time
Yeah.
recently? How long were you
Well,
down there?
now just recently I was there for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, but there was a time when you spent a couple months down there training, wasn't there? Were you just having fun and relaxing? Because I remember seeing you down there at one of the shows.
Oh,
I think it was Rio de
no.
Janeiro a couple years ago.
Mackenzie
Yeah, a couple
probably
years
always
ago.
looks like she's relaxing. She's got style, Buff. She might be like really hard in training camp, but when she goes out to enjoy the fight, she's not fighting. She's looking like she's having a good time.
Oh, you're always having a good time. I thought you were like down there training. I thought you were training with somebody specific or whatever.
Recently, not recently. I'm trying to move back out there, so we'll see. We'll see. I still want to do my camps and stuff here, but I just got to get to Brazil a little bit, stay there, and kind of live a little bit out there. I like it.
Oh, you really like it a lot. Do you speak Portuguese?
Tell me.
Do you speak Portuguese?
He's not
Yeah.
asking me, I'll tell you that.
No, I'm asking you, Matt. Mackenzie.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I
You
lived
do?
out there.
You do speak?
Yeah. I speak Portuguese. I lived out there. I'm half Brazilian, so um I have a lot of family out there. It's
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that. So that escaped me for some reason. Sorry.
Yeah, her dad's Megatone.
yeah.
Megatone?
Yeah, he's a great grappler. I mean, that's the thing, Mackenzie. Like
Oh,
when
wow.
you
You help
came,
me out with this. That's where it
well,
all comes from then.
yeah, when you came
Oh,
into,
Megatone Diaz.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
my,
When,
how did I
when,
miss that?
when,
Really?
when-
I'm sorry. I missed that. I don't remember that. Now that's great. I love it. I love it.
It all makes sense now. Mackenzie, I'm curious, you have this pedigree of jujitsu coming in, and there was a lot of pressure on you. And, obviously mixed martial arts, it's a bit different than grappling. That throughout that transition period, you had some bumps in the road, but you never, gave up. You proved that you have the heart of a fighter. Getting this UFC title, do you feel like some of that pressure is off? Because I mean, no matter what happens, you can say like, look, I'm an ADCC champion, I'm a, BJJ world champion, and I'm a UFC champion. Do you feel like you've accomplished something that was almost put on you as a mission, a chore to do?
Um, I mean, I went into the UFC, like I went into MMA just to kind of like to try it, and then I wanted to see. I had just won all my world titles, 2015, 2016, all my black belt world titles, and I won like ADCC, Abu Dhabi World Pro, the World Championships, no gi with the gi, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, okay, I could be, maybe win more like 10 more world titles, and I mean, I don't know how much that will make a bigger difference for me, being 2-time, 10-time, it's like, I've always kind of just been more interested in like, being a absolute world champion, where it's like, you're fighting all the divisions and you're like the actual best, or to be like the number one in the world, like ranking all year round or things like that, not necessarily like quantity of the belt, of the title. You know what I mean? So I was thinking just
Mm.
like, maybe, okay, and then there was right when Ronda Rousey was huge, So I started training like the grappling days at the jiu-jitsu gym, at the MMA gym, just to kind of help the fighters with their jiu-jitsu for MMA, and for me to have another training to help me just to get more and more prepared for more titles. And then Sean Shelby, he's like, "Hey, I want to come out and talk to you and have a conversation with you, you know what I mean?" And then they like, everyone's like, you should do MMA, you should do MMA, you should do MMA. And you can, no one has your grappling. And I said, okay, I'll try it. I'll try it. I never like, when it was into getting punched in the face, my dad was always against it. Like he always said that MMA is for guys, and jujitsu, we get injuries, but we're not punching in the face. He's like, you're too pretty, my daughter, you can't get punched in the face. So that was always like, no. But I tried it and I thought, there's never been a woman jiu-jitsu fighter that won the belt, and how can I get back to my sport, like I could have more world titles, and that'll be kind of more just, I think, a little bit more selfish mindset, or how could I get back to my martial art? And that's for me, it was like to reach more people in the world, and maybe they see me fight MMA and they say, oh, what's her style? Oh, she's a jiu-jitsu girl. And then maybe girls will be like, want to go and try it and maybe defend themselves, at least to know how to defend themselves in the world. So it's kind of just to try to get back. And the dream of being a champion came more and more real as I started seeing how far I could go and how much, my jiu-jitsu was helping me, and how I figured the farther I get, the more people I'll be able to reach. So the highest point you can go is the belt.
Well, now that you have the belt and you've gone through this war, and we're going into November, we're going into the holidays, we're going into New Year's, like you said, time to relax, time to enjoy. And we had touched on this when we were on the plane together, talking. But can you even foresee when your next fight would be? And of course, the eyeballs are all on the White House event that's supposed to happen in June. So, have you thought about when you would like to fight? I don't, or have them come at you and said when they would like you to fight? Has either one of those situations occurred in your mind yet?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm already thinking about like I need to get back in the gym. So I'm basically just waiting my hand to get better. I'm doing a couple um marketing stuff now. So I mean
Good.
that's also another thing that happens, you know what I mean? It's like now I can feel like already scheduling agendas and stuff like that. And I'm kind of like, man, I want to do all of it, but I got to make sure it doesn't get in the way of my training, because now that we're here, the sky's the limit. So we just gonna like kind of put myself as a good champion. So I just want to get back training. I'm thinking like 6 months would be a good amount of time, but I also too want to see how much I can get. I want to make sure I get things calmed and organized with the agenda before I start like focus on the next fight. You know what I mean? So try to get everything out of
Yeah.
the way now. And
One of the advantages of like winning a championship belt and being in the limelight the way you are is the fact that your phone should be ringing, whether it's your manager, your agent, or your phone. Offers should be coming in, sponsorship could be coming in. You've got the whole allure and marketing capability, being the champion, being the wonderful personality that you are, and very positive. Your energy is amazing. I mean, sponsors are going to grab onto that. So I hope that phone's ringing. And I know one thing, that if it rings now, the amount of ka-ching with the ring is going to be a little higher than it was before. So grab all that. Grab all that you can, most definitely. And you say 6 months, to me, that just means White House. Sorry, I have to say it.
I mean, I'm definitely that's one thing I did throw out, throwing out to the universe, throwing out, for sure Dana's gonna hear it, maybe put it out there and, just try and be ready for when opportunity comes again, So um again, I have no idea against who would be, you know what I mean? So just as a champion, I want to make sure I'm ready to be an even better fighter on hopefully the White House card. That would be amazing.
Well, considering your pedigree and who you fought in the past, who it'll be, it really doesn't matter who it's going to be, because you're going to fight whoever it is and not even question that subject whatsoever. So,
Hey, I want to ask Mackenzie. I mean, this division, I think, with Whaley exiting, a lot of people were kind of writing it off, and now you're the champion of it. 150 pounds to me is honestly the best division for women in mixed martial arts. It's the most entertaining, I think. Now you're the leader of it. Do you feel pressure as you're kind of tasked with rebuilding this division to the general public?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've had Joanne,
Yep.
Jen, but she was a very dominant champion. So she's a mostly striking. She has kind of like that long. She's big for 115. You know what I mean? But super beast, amazing fights that she's had. You know what I mean? Hall of Fame. That fight with Whaley in Australia was amazing. Um, I think she was a little bit more like bad girl style, you know what I mean? Like, kind of in the girl's faces. She's always good at
Yeah.
talking. She like walk the talk and talk the walk.
The
But
Boogie Woman.
yeah.
yeah, and I mean, Carla Esparza, she has her pedigree too, she's the OG. Rose, amazing, but it's like Rose's fights, it's like she had that fight with I mean the only girl to knock out Zhang Wei Li with just a beautiful head kick. You know what I mean? It's like but she's very like humble and she kind of went through the Ultimate Fighting House. Her fight with Colin Sparks was a little bit, you know what I mean? It's crazy to see her that she fights so good and at the same time she can get held back, in her own mind and everything like that. You know what I mean? It's like so she had a lot of ups and downs, but I think, you know, yeah, I feel like just being a jiu-jitsu grappler and, a mom, in the division, I think for strawweight, I'm one of the first moms. So I really think I'm the style and how the girls are gonna come at me, to try and win. I'm excited to see kind of what their strategies will be, you know what I mean? And I'm hoping that I can kind of, like you said, kind of rewrite the division a little bit and have people change up their style a little bit and just kind of get better and bring better fights, because it's a lot of striking and keeping the distance and not get taken down. And now we have more grapplers, Julian Robertson, Tabitha Ricci, we have more grapplers that are kind of coming up there. And you can't just take them down and not do anything anymore because at the end of the day, if you want to win, you got to fight. You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
like the one who wants to fight. So now we're seeing ground and pound on the ground with your back on the floor. You're pushing off, standing back up. We're doing a little bit of everything. And I think that's just what helps to get the division better and better and better.
You know what I love? You're so plugged in. Bruce, you can attest to this. There are a lot of champions that kind of get to the top and then they just, I'm the champ. You all got to come to me. Mackenzie, I think, just named every contender and every champion essentially in the entire division's history. And a lot of them are still there. I love
Right.
how plugged in she's in.
Well, she's plugged in, but Mackenzie's also very humble. There's nothing, absolutely nothing cocky about you at all. Um, and that's to be respected, and that's why so many people are endeared to you and like talking to you, even your opponents at the same time. You know, it's a wonderful quality, and that quality can carry into everything you do outside the octagon. I always say the mark of a role model is, I think you are, Mackenzie, to people that love the sport, the young people coming up, young girls and older and above and below. It's just your overall demeanor, the overall way that you carry yourself, and that's gonna go into the fact that when it's time to put your guns down, you know, what you're gonna do after in your post-career. Have you ever given thought or pursuing any avenues, that you care to do after fighting, like commentating, or is there any other avenues of life that, are of interest to you to pursue?
Yeah, I really wanted to do commentating. That was something I was interested in, especially speaking Portuguese and English. I felt like, I used to do commentating for jiu-jitsu in the jiu-jitsu world when I was winning everything,
Oh, cool.
so I always did all the tournaments and interview the fighters and stuff like that because you know what they're going through too, you know what I mean? So I was always able
Right.
to get in. Um, you get to stay involved with it, so that's simply something I thought about like bodybuilding, going to competing just in that, just because I love so much the competition and just working out and seeing the results, day in and out, day out. And you still get that competition, mindset with you, but it's against yourself.
Yeah.
Um, and just, it's easier to post about it. So I think a lot of my fans, that transition will be good because, you can wear your makeup and you're not getting your face all sweaty. You can keep blogging and, get people involved with the social media and stuff like that just by, with that type of lifestyle. And then also too poker. I love poker. So that was another one I'm thinking like, man, I can see me doing that until I'm like 90 years old.
Well, we touched on that. We talked with TJ, she and I were talking about poker. I wasn't aware until she told me that she's a poker player and you had the tournament recently, but that's the same thing I say. Listen, I'm a very competitive individual. I had a lot of competition in my life too. And I always said that as I got older and as I am getting older, poker's that level of competition that I love because when we're on that table and we're facing people, it's not playing the cards, it's playing the player, just like, fighting the fighter. And, let's face it, when you take somebody's chips and you go in, you knock them off that table, it's that
Yeah.
feeling, It's a great feeling, and, of course, winning the money is a great feeling too. Recently, you had the poker tournament that you were in, and you won some cash in that?
So my last one I did was a celebrity poker tour, and actually I lost that one pretty early because Borrachinha, Paulo Costa from the UFC, we had a couple.
Yeah.
He's the one who actually eliminated me. So I'm like, getting I we have like kind of beef between us in the in the poker table. So yeah, I was like, I can't believe you. Out of all people, that's you. But yeah, next time I'm gonna get him. But and then the other one I won like $5,000 and at the win. So I did WSOP. I competed on a lot of those, but yeah, it's usually better when it's not with my own money.
Of course, you get sponsored, it's always a good thing. It's always better when it's OPM, we call it, other people's money, and then you win like that too. Definitely. Are you playing any, tournaments here in California at all, at any of the casinos?
No, I did a couple before June, like after my first fight. I did a couple because then I had a little bit more free time at the
Uh-huh.
garden. Um, So I did that, but yeah, I have one coming up November 19th in Vegas, and then I'm doing another one. I'm doing Bahamas at Atlantis in the Bahamas in December, and then yeah, I'm going to Brazil right now because I have a whole sponsor down there, and I'm doing a tournament down there, so it'll be fun.
Is that the BC game sponsor?
um, I think it is. I
Yeah, I
think
think
it
I
is.
think that look at you, you're playing that's a lot of poker. That's a lot of poker in the next few months. It's more than I'm playing, you know?
Yes.
I'm playing on the Hustler. I'll be on the Hustler, Monday Night Panic game next Monday. I'll be playing that, but I haven't been able to get the 3 and 4 and 5 days that you need to play tournaments. I mean, gotta be able to relax because I love playing tournaments. It's so
Yeah,
much fun.
I know.
Yeah,
I
but you
like
can
it.
do that. If you have a sponsor sponsoring you, that's a post-fight career right there too. Definitely.
Exactly. And it's a really cool lifestyle, you know what I mean? As long as you, make sure you're just always taking care, and not get, not let it get ahead of you. But you travel around the world, you meet so many amazing people, lots of different cultures and, lifestyles, and they have tournaments all over the world, and it's really, really cool. I met a lot of really cool, interesting people.
Me too. I've had the experience, trust me. I used to be ambassador for Poker Stars. I was on Full Tilt's team. I've been doing poker for a long, long time. So, yeah, I thought that was really, really cool when we were talking about that. TJ, we were on the plane,
Yeah.
and I came back. Michael Bisping and I rode from Abu Dhabi to Dubai to get on the plane. So we were hanging out then we get on the plane, and there's Bisping, there's Mackenzie, there's everybody. We go back into the lounge area, right? So
Yeah.
everybody's enjoying themselves. Michael Bisping's on his probably fourth or fifth drink or whatever. He was definitely being Michael Bisping. It was a lot of fun. And there was a couple of hockey guys there that we met. And then Bisping kept egging me to introduce one of the flight attendants, right? So I did it
Right.
mid-monotone, I could have like blown it up.
Right.
But of course, we were told to keep quiet after that one.
Of course. Yeah.
It was getting a little loud in the lounge.
Hey, I'm surprised you didn't bust out a deck of cards and everyone left without any money.
Well, had I known that Mackenzie was the poker player she was, I would have brought a deck of cards. But I don't want Mackenzie. I can't take away your money after you won the championship. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for
Any
being
other day, though, Mackenzie, he'd be gunning for it.
What was that, TJ?
I said any other day, he'd be gunning for that money, though. Just not after the day you win the title.
Let's face it, Mackenzie, no matter who it is across from us, friend or foe, we're all there to take each other's chips. So that's just the way it is. It's
How
all
many
friendly.
how many bad hits have you had? It's like, man.
A lot. We call it the buffer bubble, and how many times he's bubbled the final table.
I'll give you 2 instances, Mackenzie. At the Commerce, there was the WPT series, which I played. I bubbled 3 tournaments in one series, 3 tournaments in a row, bubbled. So we called it the buffer bubble. And then I won the 4th one. I've got the trophy in my room. And then I played the World Series of Poker main event, and I made day 5, and I had about 550,000 chips. And right before the first break of the day, I peeled back. It was the last hand. I peeled back pocket aces on the button, right? So, pocket ace is a great hand, but you want to make sure you're only against one opponent after the flop. Otherwise, you'll lose 66%, 67% of the time. Anyway, I don't want to confuse our listeners. So I peeled back pocket aces. I made a nice bet. The flop came 8, king 8, right? Or 8, 10, 8, 8, 10, 8. So the guy I was against checked, came to me. I bet. He called. Then a king came. And I made a bet, and he raised me substantially on that bet, right? But I knew he didn't have kings. I knew he didn't have ace king from the way he was betting. So I went ahead and called, and then when the river came, he pushed all in, and he had more chips than me. Now there's like 1,000,004 chips in the center of the table. And if I won this pot, I was in the top 10% of the main event. If I won this pot, I would have been in the top 10 of the main event. So I had aces and 8s, which in poker's called the dead man's hand, right? Because that was the hand that Wild Bill Hickok had when he got shot in the back of the head back in the Western days. So anyway, I called his bet, and it turned out he flopped quad 8s, flopped 4 8s on me.
Oh my gosh. See, isn't that crazy? Those 8s, I've lost so many hands with pair of 8s. Can you believe that? Like with the people with pair of 8s. And it's just like, it comes out of nowhere. I'm never remembering the pair of 8s.
I believe it. I believe it. I won like $30,000, which was nice and everything. And to make day 5 in the main event was great. And, and then about 3 weeks later, I entered the Hustler tournament here, the Grand Prix tournament they had against 1,500 plus players. And I won that. I came in first and won like 75,000 then. But it's a lot of money. I mean, people listening, it's a lot of money to win in poker, but it wasn't the same as winning that money at the World Series. Everybody loves the World Series main event. That's the one we all want.
You can give me the money from the ones you win that aren't the World Series main event, Buff. If it's not good enough, I'll take it.
Okay, you got it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But I got back. I made the final table of the high roller event last year at the World Series, so all good. See, this is the thing, TJ. You get people that love poker playing we'll talk poker all day long.
Oh, I know. We should probably let Mackenzie go. We've been here for way longer than we said we'd talk to her.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, Mackenzie. By the way, it's always wonderful to see you with your lovely daughter.
Oh,
Right?
thank you so much. It's so amazing just to see. I mean, I go back and just kind of now that I'm the champion and going back kind of there's a lot of like posts and even the UFC just kind of posting like kind of my journey and how it's been. And to see like the Mackenzie before Moa and then the fights where Moa starts going to my fights, you know what I mean? It's like with you know, she comes in she's coming into the octagon with me, you know what I mean? Since she's like little, you know what I mean? There's like these post-fight interviews of like lots of different
Yeah.
fights. And it's just like you can just see her getting bigger and bigger and bigger and kind of just growing with the UFC family, you know? So it's like she really likes the UFC and she loves everyone there. They've always treated her good, you know. They give her popcorn and chocolate and you know what I mean? They're always taking care of her while I'm fighting, you know, and it's really cool just to see my daughter kind of growing up with this amazing sport and how they, you know, we're aggressive and mean and it can kind of come off as violent, you know, but it really is just like a good family behind it and the organization that teaches a lot, just sport wise, winning losses and keep going forward, you know.
Absolutely. The mind of a champion, warrior spirit. I mean, build it into her. You come from a warrior spirit background, warrior spirit family. It's going to be instilled in your daughter. That's for sure. One last question. Do you surf?
Serve, yes.
Oh, so
We're going to be
how do
here
you,
for another hour.
yeah. And, I've been a surfer since I moved to Malibu when I was 15 years old. So I love surfing. I'm not as much as I used to now at this point, but I used to surf every day. I was just a total surf nut, like crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
all the
did you go
time.
to Trestles a lot? Have you ever been to Trestles?
Trestles. Yeah, my favorite is upper trestles. I like upper
Yeah.
trestles.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
very
it's a wave that's very similar to a Hawaiian wave. It's just good, strong. I love that wave. It's a good wave,
I
definitely.
surfed in Tahiti at Chopu. Can you believe that?
Did you surf? Really? How'd
Uh-huh.
you like that?
Oh, it was the scariest thing ever. I'm not like
Yeah,
I'm not that good of a surfer, you know, but I went on the day off. I went for to support like to watch the event,
right.
you know, um Tahiti to event. And it's all tubes, you know. It's all like barrels and just like right on the
Thick
reef.
barrels.
And
Thick
it's
barrels.
like huge. And I'm going there on their day off, and I'm like, okay, it's like when you're near a white belt and they're training and they don't really know how dangerous it is. You know what I mean? They're kind
Right.
of like they're falling in all these crazy positions and they're like putting themselves in things until they finally get submitted. They're like, oh, okay. Then they start. It was like that. I'm like, okay, I got this, you know. Man, I got like knocked out and wiped out. I had to press lemon all over my legs because of the reef. It was crazy, but it was an amazing experience. I
That's
can say
awesome.
I surfed it.
I would take all those bumps and bruises to have that experience, forever. One of my best friends broke his foot there. It's a treacherous wave. Did you get
Ouch.
towed in or did you paddle in?
No, I paddled in. Like, well, the jet ski takes you to the point, you know, and then I surfed in like how to say paddled in. I paddled in,
Paddle in.
right? Paddle, yeah.
God, what a warrior. Jeez, balls of steel. My God. That's awesome. That's awesome. Totally awesome. Look at that. Surfing, totally awesome. Yes. That's it. All right, Mackenzie. Well, next time I see you, we're going to talk a little surf, okay? I can
Sounds
talk
good.
surfing all day too. I've surfed many places around the world, so all good.
It's really good, really cool lifestyle. It's fun.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, Mackenzie. All the best to you. Rest, heal, get that hand back in shape. Be great. Enjoy it. Go after those sponsors and just enjoy your time off. Okay. Got the holidays coming up, everything else. Have a great time. I'll see you around the UFC campus. And I predict I'm going to see you at the White House.
I hope so. I hope so. Thank you guys so much for having me. And yeah, thank you. So it's good to talk to you guys.
Thank you. Obrigado. Mahalo. Cheers.
Hi, everybody. I've had an absolute blast recording your championship intros on audio and also on video. And for those of you that didn't know, the videos can be done special exactly the way you like them because these are green screens and we can do them with a scene behind me. Do you want a fighting scene? Do you want a beach scene? Do you want a race car scene? Any scene you want, we can give it to you. It's your theme and my pleasure. Just write our offices and we will answer you with the exact fee involved and how it'll get done. So here we are, and now it's time, and it's your choice. Cheers!
She's just an absolute pleasure. Always smiling, always positive, you know.
I mean, anything you do with McKenzie Dern, it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, totally. 1,000%, 1,000%. And so deserving. Her pedigree, though, I mean, I knew of it, but just realizing and then remembering back to the ADCC days when I introduced her back there.
The term Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion gets thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like a purple belt. I want a world championship, but you're a purple belt. No offense to the purple belts, they could kill me. But she's jiu-jitsu royalty.
Totally, without question. Anyway, getting back to and thank you so much, Mackenzie. That was enjoyable. Okay, Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gahn. Okay. Now,
these things happen in MMA.
Yeah, they do. And all respect to Tom Aspinall, because I think he's a fine gentleman. Always enjoy talking to him. Cyril Gahn, absolutely, just two really nice people. Two really, really good role models for the sport. It just kind of bugged me that some people in and out of the sport are saying that Tom maybe played it up a little too much with the eye poke and all that.
He got poked in the eye. He's allowed to do whatever he wants to.
Eye.
He got poked in both eyes, if we're being honest.
Oh, that picture when the hand was going into both eyes?
Yeah, it was rough.
Ouch, rough. But I think there's going to be whether it's an immediate rematch, later rematch, but obviously the next fight is for them to fight each other again.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. Gahn is proven to be a contender that even if he does have to take another fight somewhere along the line before fighting Tom, he's going to be a factor. Cyril, and he was doing great in that fight until, the eye poke. So unfinished business there. And you know what they say about rematches, Buff? They're always bigger than the first.
Yeah, no, I'm all for it. But Cyril Gahn was bringing it to him.
Yeah, for sure.
He was definitely bringing it to him. There's no question. Solid card all the way through. Solid night. Always a pleasure to be in Abu Dhabi. It's just, I can't begin to tell you the courtesy, the cleanliness, the quality of the food, the quality of the accommodations, the quality of everything. Top notch. I flew directly into Abu Dhabi and then took a car for an hour and a half to get over to. I flew directly into Dubai, excuse me. That took an hour and a half trip over to Abu Dhabi. Get there much better than connecting flights.
I get that. I mean, after being on a long flight like that too, you just want to be on the ground for a little bit.
Yeah, little. I landed Thursday night. I had Friday to recover, and then there's the show, and then I'm out of there. I literally left for the airport 3 hours after the fight was over.
Yeah, I'm surprised that your time is adjusted.
Well, did I say it is adjusted?
Okay, that's true. You did not. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I'm adjusted, but you feel it a little bit. The tough one coming up is going to be Madison Square Garden. Back home on Sunday and then leave Wednesday for Qatar, Doha.
Yeah, for sure.
That's going to be a tough one, but
you know what's funny? Like, we live on the West Coast. The East Coast, the 3-hour jump doesn't sound like a lot. It will mess with you people. If you haven't done it, like, don't knock the guy that comes into LA from New York. He's like, oh, I'm jet lagged. It's a real thing.
If you're not used to it, you're not used to it.
Yeah.
A couple things in the news here. You know that Louvre heist at the Louvre in Paris?
The Louvre, yeah.
Yeah. They arrested 5 new suspects have been arrested over that.
I'm surprised anybody can steal anything from there.
That was bold. That was bold. It's like out of a movie.
Seriously. I mean, I'm sure the scripts are already being written.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, but it's wild. But, you think eventually they're going to get picked. And, one thing I forgot to ask Mackenzie was she's all her career, everything. She's never had a nickname.
They've called her like Little Megaton. I can't remember.
Nah, that doesn't work.
It doesn't really work. She's Mackenzie Dern. And it's funny because like you and I casually call her Mackenzie, but like most people when they talk about her say Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like she's a brand within herself. Totally,
100%. Let's see, the $1.78 billion Powerball, Missouri winner claimed half of it. There's a ticket sitting out there unclaimed for half of $1.78 million. Billion,
yeah. I mean, that's a problem. A lot of people buy those tickets every day and never check them.
It's crazy. Crazy. All right, the Dodgers are down 3-2 in the World Series as of the show today. They'll play on Friday in Toronto.
Yeah. By the way, this is our Halloween edition. What are you dressed up as? You look like Bruce Buffer.
I'm actually going to go today and decide what I'm going to wear.
My wife decided that I'm going to be Chip and she's going to be Dale, and we're going to Disneyland. Yay.
Chip and Dale.
Yeah.
Help me out, Chip and Dale.
The Chipmunks. The Disney
Oh,
characters.
the Chipmunks. Oh, that's cool. That's cute.
I mean, I got to wear this big furry suit, but whatever.
Enjoy.
Happy wife, happy life. Is that what they say?
Yeah, well, it's hotter than hell here in California.
I know. Like I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of excited to run around in a furry suit on Halloween because it's like it'll be cold out. It'll be nice. It's like 90 degrees, Buff.
Crazy. I know. I was just in the Valley yesterday. By the way, the It's Time Sports Card and TCG Center is opening up November 9th. The grand opening is November 8th.
I'm coming.
Yep. You'll be amazed. TJ, I was out there yesterday. It's unbelievable.
That's awesome.
It's unbelievable. It's going to be awesome. For everybody that is not aware or is aware, I'm opening up the finest sports card and esports center in the country. And I say that with complete confidence. There's nothing like this out there. So if you're on Instagram, go look up It's Time Sports Cards and follow how we're growing. If you're on TikTok, It's Time Sports Cards. I think it's Time /sports cards. And just watch the progress that's being made. We'll have online streamers, everything. We opened up a $5,000 pack of Topps Diamond yesterday.
Wow.
We'll be showing $5,000 for a pack of 10 cards, searching for the one-of-one Shohei Ohtani card that could be worth God knows how much money.
Well, he's 1-1. Dodgers, like you said, down, but man, that guy's done everything you can for a baseball team.
It's unbelievable.
There's no question that he's the greatest baseball player of all time. There's no question.
Well, I mean, it's Babe Ruth, of course, but I mean, yes, he's surpassing it.
Babe Ruth didn't pitch at the level Shohei does.
No, well, by the time his career is over, he will be the greatest.
He's already the greatest, Buff. As long as he's in a league, he's gonna win MVP because he at worst he's a better than average pitcher. He's an amazing hitter. How is that not the most valuable player? He's a pitcher and a solid everyday hitter.
Look at the record. That first game of the series, I think it was the first or second game of the series. Was it 7-9 times on base? It's never happened before.
Yeah, 4 for 5 with 4 walks and
crazy. It's crazy. So, and a super nice guy, the way he is with the kids, with everybody outside, the way he is cheering on his team and all. I mean, you can't say enough about this man.
Well, we were talking about his translator not long ago. Just saying.
His what?
His translator. Remember never mind.
No,
the gambling thing.
Oh, yeah, but that wasn't him. That was that guy was associated with.
Sure, right.
Yep. Okay. We'll leave it at that.
You see what's going on in the NBA right now? Everybody's getting arrested, fixed poker games, and
well, that whole thing with those fixed poker games, that was mob related, as it's saying, and the whole bit. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. That's going to go deeper than ever. By the way, speaking of the NBA, LaMelo Ball gave the bird to a referee.
Mm-hmm.
They fined him $35,000 for that in the NBA.
His dad's my neighbor.
He has one leg now. He lost a leg, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen him. Saw him at the grocery store once.
If I'm correct, let's not quote me on that, but I think there was an issue with that. But you imagine if there were fines for flipping off in the UFC?
Oh, God. Nick Diaz would have never made $1. He would owe the promotion money.
Always promotional money. Yep. Crazy. It's pretty much it for me, TJ. I been romping and stopping around the world. I don't really have any comments.
I'm surprised you're awake, Buff. I'm serious.
I'm good. Oh, TV-wise. Tulsa King and the new series is awesome with Stallone. And Chad Powers on Hulu.
I love Chad Powers.
Chad Powers is so good. The bummer is I was watching it last night, the episode.
Yeah.
And they're getting ready to play Georgia, and he went through all the drama without giving anything away.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the gameplay. It's like, now I got to wait till next week.
No, it's done. The season is over.
Was that it?
That was it. 6 episodes in the can. You got to wait for season 2. Hopefully it gets renewed. I'm sure
that
it will.
sucks.
Yeah, well, you got to realize it's a very limited storyline, Buff. Like they can't do
Yeah, it's
like
limited. I can only go so
12
far.
episodes, 6
You know where all
seasons
this
of
came
it.
about from?
Yeah, the Chad Powers gimmick with Eli Manning.
Eli Manning. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. If anyone hasn't seen that, search Chad Powers, Eli Manning on YouTube and prepare yourself to be entertained.
You know, it's very interesting. Speaking about the Mannings, you got Peyton, who's busy doing commercials and
Everything.
things he's doing. Eli, production-wise, you know, what he did with the Chad Powers thing, and he's producing other stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Very active.
Oh, I mean, they're going to end up being more known for their football-related projects after their career by a younger generation than actually playing the game.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. Very awesome. All right. Everybody, I've had a slew of video orders coming into brucebuffer.com. Thank you very much. A lot of holiday orders, some Halloween orders. But God, the amount of people getting married, TJ, the weddings, the number of weddings that I've been doing, it's been amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Really, really cool. Really
like
cool.
I said, I hope that more than half of them stay married. Statistically,
You
they
have
don't.
to end it with that every time.
I'm just saying, Buff. Just saying. It's Halloween. We got to have a little dark exit.
Okay, that's fine.
I want to see you in a costume before the day is done.
I'm gonna go figure that out today.
All right.
I'm always a last minute Halloween costume person.
You better send me a photo. You'd make a good Dracula.
I've done that.
Okay.
I've done that. Yep, done a number of them. One of the best ones I did was Elvis Presley. Had
Nice.
the full Elvis Presley outfit. I had.
You got the moves.
Thank you. And I had the this time I had a whole, like, literally Elvis mask, guitar, the whole bit. And I went to it was in Malibu at the time. Went to a very populated place. There's probably 500 people in there, and the band was playing Billy Vera and the Beaters. This is going back a ways, and they would take a break, and the bartender could put the jukebox songs on the loudspeakers. So there were 3 Elvis songs. So I had him play 3 Elvis songs, and I got up and, you know, anybody want to hear a song, right?
Oh no!
And then I totally guitar lip sync,
I love it.
you know, the whole song. And when the break was over, I went back to do my partying and everything else. Then they broke again, and I'm sitting there and relaxing, and all of a sudden everybody's going, Elvis, Elvis, Elvis. And it was, I went back up and did it again.
Give me a
Oh.
Not bad.
Going to the pub. I can do it. Don't worry. I can do it.
All right.
I'll save it. I'll save it.
Save it for another day.
Save it
I
for
believe you, though.
karaoke night.
There you go, Bob.
Okay. All right, TJ, sign off.
Yeah, I'm on not Twitter. I keep calling it Twitter X. Instagram at TJ DeSantis. Today on Fight Pass, I got a little marathon of freaky fights. The 650-pound Emmanuel Yarbrough taking on the 168-pound Japanese fighter that I can't remember his name right now. I think it's Daiju Takase. All sorts of fun fights. I'm going to air a fight today on Fight Pass, Bruce, that the public has never seen before. Dana never let it out because it was so bloody. It was on like UFC Fight Night 1 or 2. Jonathan Goulet versus Jay Huron has never seen the light of day. You're going to get it on this marathon, so head over to Fight Pass's YouTube and check it out.
Wow. Did I announce that one?
Yep.
Trying to remember that one. I've seen so many bloody fights. Jesus.
It was like 2005, June.
Yeah. I'll have to search my memory banks for that, going back a little farther than I'm capable.
It was on the undercard. It was just funny because that night it was on the undercard. Back then, the prelims weren't shown. They were, dark matches, if you will.
I remember.
So we come up live on Spike TV. No fights have happened yet, quote unquote.
Blood all over the canvas.
And the blood is just everywhere.
Yep. Very typical. All right, everybody. Enjoy your Halloween. Have a great time. Be safe. But have a wonderful time. It's a time for kids, a time for adults, a time for adults to be kids. It's just a time for a time. So have a great Halloween. TJ, have a great week. Everybody enjoy yourselves. Set your goals, write them down. So when you step on that yellow brick road to success, you be the best you can be. And by doing that, you're winning. And that's what we're all about on It's Time Radio. It's Time, Sports Cards, and TCG Mecca Center. People, you've never seen anything like this. Follow us on Instagram and on TikTok. And I keep saying Twitter. X.
I know. Can they change it back already?
It's just so boring. X.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, buddy. Have a great week. Buffer out. TJ out. Bye-bye. Peace. Cheers.